So if you look at the capital outlay for fire, and then we bought some equipment for our ambulances, if you look at total capital outlay in fiscal year 2021, it was about 725,000, and our loss was the 696,000. So in large part, it wasn't the routine day-to-day operations, but those major capital investments that the fire commission decided to make.
Yeah, we were catching up on years of stacked up stuff that needed to be done.
Yes, okay.
Perfect. That's why we have management here to make sure we understand the whole operation. So thank you for that clarification. Okay, so that's the status of the fire district, spring fund. And now I'm gonna move into the major county and, go trends. So let me move my slides ahead here. This is the White Pine County general fund trend over the last 5 years. The line at the top here represents, restricted fund balance that's there, and that's for net proceeds mitigation. So it's unchanged. Assigned fund balance was up 256,000 the previous year. That is, 7 months of operating reserves are still in your unassigned group. So not a lot of variation there from the previous years. Moving down the list here, you have an assigned fund balance. That's your green line, that's the 1.8 million. That is assigned for next year's budget, to be used in next year's budget. So no big changes there. And then down at the bottom is your non-spendable items. This is prepaid inventory that have already been purchased and are not really in a spendable state, but are part of the resources of the county that you can use. So the general fund's looking stable and healthy. So, I don't have any further comments here, and I'll just keep moving along. Pine County SB 74 fund trend. Here, this is the planned spending for planned spending for the new Justice Court complex. So 15.6 million down to 5.6 million. As planned. Some capital asset highlights for the county. I'll let you kind of look through these, but it's in a state of improvement in a lot of different areas. Jail expansion.
Could you turn your phone off? Sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
The county's in a state of improvement in many areas. The jail expansion courthouse is the largest, 17.7 million in additions during the year. The senior center has some significant additions, McGill Park, Root Fire Station, repaving projects, etc. I've got a few other things listed here as far as equipment purchases. So fortunate that the county has the resources to provide to the citizens, provide services. Moving on, I've got a cash highlight here, or cash trend for fiscal year 20. The cash balances went down a little bit from, well, significantly, right? For 40, I checked with them, but 56 million down to 46.4 million. That was the plan for the jail project, and primarily, so that cash balances are still in good shape. And then my contact information, if you have anything that you want to ask now, I'm happy to try to address that and present today.
Anyone got any questions of Chad? Hearing none, go ahead.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So I'd just like to add just a couple more comments. I would like to very thoroughly commend my staff, because it is through their hard efforts all year long that we do so well as far as maintaining compliance in all those compliance report that Chad started out with. And without their constant vigilance, we would not be in the shape we're in as far as getting clean audit reports and an unmodified opinion. So I'd like to just really thank them very much and make sure that they get that commendation publicly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I wanted to just express my appreciation of working with this board, because it takes all of us setting policy that put this county in a very good position financially, and I appreciate working with you guys, it's been fun. It's nice to have reports like this, where we're stable, we have money in case of catastrophe, we've been able to upgrade things, we've been able to buy equipment. This is very good, and I'm really glad to be working with you guys.
Thank you for the comments.
Yes, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Ian.
And that being said, Elizabeth, that it for your report as well?
Yes, I, need you to go ahead and approve this report as presented, and then we'll go into the plan of corrective action.
Okay, we'll move forward and look for a motion to approve the fiscal year 2021 comprehensive annual budget for White Pine County and Fire District. Have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ian. Second. Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Pass unanimous. Item 2 is discussion for possible action, the approval of the corrective action plan for FY 2021 audit finding. Elizabeth?
Thank you. Okay, so this is a finding that was downgraded from a material weakness to a significant deficiency, but still remains, and it has to do with bank reconciliations, as Chad indicated. They're getting caught up, but they're not all the way caught up. Part of my job then is to write a plan of corrective action that addresses the findings in the audit report and how we're going to go ahead and get them corrected. I did seek input from the audit committee in drafting this corrective action plan. And so the corrective action plan will require the treasurer to include with her monthly reports to the Board of County Commission a copy of the most recent bank reconciliation for each bank account she's required to reconcile. And if for any account there is more than 45 days from the end of the statement and it's not reconciled, she will provide you with an outline of how she's going to correct that situation. And then I will notify the audit committee anytime that bank statements are not reconciled within 3 months of the statement date. So that will escalate it if it's not being addressed overall. So this was the plan that I'd like to have you approve. Cash is one of the easiest places for fraud to occur, and I want to emphasize I do not believe there is fraud occurring, but we have to have a practice of keeping timely reconciliations. It's also a check and balance on my department, so if something happens that is an error in my department, it can be quickly corrected and reflected in the ongoing financials for the county, so.
It's a big deal.
If I may, Elizabeth, do you think that 3 months is too long? I mean, because of the lateness of it, we've lost our low-risk designation, so to speak. So do you think that 3 months is?
Probably being generous.
I think
Yeah,
escalating, well, she's going to provide a monthly report, so we will know and be aware, and then take it to the audit committee. Only if it goes past that time, we could go ahead and reduce